is over.
She talked trash on the stump, but now she backs Trump. It's true. Nikki endorses the man with the bright orange tan. At her first public speaking event since dropping out of the Republican presidential race, Nikki Haley announced her support for Donald Trump in the general election, shocking everyone from Donald Trump to Donald Trump Jr. Watch.
As a voter, I put my priorities on a president who's going to have the backs of our allies and hold our enemies to account, who would secure the border, no more excuses, a president who would support capitalism and freedom, a president who understands we need less debt, not more debt. Trump has not been perfect on these policies. Biden has been a catastrophe. So I will be voting for Trump.
I haven't seen a 180 like that since Joy Behar tried to walk past a salt lick. Now, Nikki's support is better late than never, but it's a far cry from this.
Everybody talks about the economy they had under Donald Trump. It's good, right? But at what cost? He put us $8 trillion in debt in 4 years.
President Trump was incredibly reckless with our national security.
Donald Trump had a rally today. In that rally, he mocked my husband's military service. If you mock the service of a combat veteran, you don't deserve a driver's license, let alone being president of the United States.
Now, in her defense, when she said those things, she had her fingers crossed behind her back. But we've seen this before, right? Remember when Kamala Harris called Joe Biden a bigot and then in months became his vice president and on-call night nurse? It's like the old saying, politics make strange bedfellows. Although in Joe's case, bedpan fellows. Andrew, isn't this basically, when you see her before, politics just makes people awful people, and then they have to come around and be back to normal. Like, they have to say awful things about you, and then when they lose, they become your best friend.
And they know they have to do this. That's what's hilarious about it, right? Because she knew every single time she was making those speeches that ultimately she was going to endorse him. Right? Like, because everybody made the pledge. So why would she say those stupid things only to have them held up in front of her to begin with? And her delivery when she was doing the endorsement, I thought she was going to vomit.
Yeah.
Like, she kept stopping like, oh.
Yeah. No, it was markedly different from before. It wasn't, I wouldn't call it rousing.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, we all know, right? Nobody's going to trust her. She's like a gas station burrito at this point. Looks great on the outside, but it's going to give you irritable bowel syndrome.
Still doesn't stop me from taking a bite, I'll tell you that much. Tyrus.
Yes, sir.
So do we like Nikki now?
I always like Nikki. And I find nothing wrong with policing our own. We should hold each other to a higher standard. We should check each other on every damn thing, because that's the only way you can get change. You can complain about what a Democrat's doing. They're not even the same hemisphere in terms of thought and stuff like that. So I want tough. I want someone to challenge our president. I want someone to expect on our party. I don't want someone every time, if he does something wrong, be the first one to call him out, because that's the only way we get better as a party. So, again, she's not excited about it, but it was a question. It wasn't like that was her speech to come out and endorse President Trump. I kind of feel like an endorsement is when they're standing next to each other and she says those things. And then you really got to see her say, and he's he's cool. His hair's neat. Don't like him, but the alternative is somebody drooling in a microphone. But real quick, I was really offended in the last segment. I can't let it go.
Right.
I'm half Scottish.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not the black side, it's the other side. And the whole kilt thing, I can wear a kilt to work anytime I want to because I have the pedigree to do so. I might have to do this because I'm just offended that she was trying to say that, kilt somehow affected your medical practice. And I could bet that I could get my medical license in 20, 35 years tops.
Kat, isn't it a typical woman to always change their mind?
Well, let's go.
Look out. She had to do this.
Yes, of course.
She had to, of course. I mean, what else was she going to do?
Yeah.
Be like an anti-Trump, war hawk Republican?
Right.
She can't do that. Liz Cheney already took that gig.
Right.
So that's already been done. So, I mean, that's what, okay, sometimes politics is the reason people do things. And oftentimes, if that person's a politician, that's what they're doing.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I'm not surprised by this at all, but what could be really surprising, Nikki, as VP?
Well, that could be surprising. And you mentioned the whole Kamala Joe thing. Mm-hmm. Remember when she went on with Fallon after he named her vice president? And he's like, but you called him bigot. She said, it was a debate.
Right.
It was a debate. It was a debate. And Fallon laughed along with her, and everything was hunky-dory after that. So, I mean, this is typical. You got to shred your opponent when you're competing with them, and then you got to do the 180, and which is what she's done. But it does make this interesting. Mm-hmm. Now, Trump has come out and said she's not under consideration, but she's a very popular person.
She's got 15 to 20% of support that he could use.
Yes, so that will be really, I mean, I don't know who he's.
She's no Doug Burgum.
Well, come on, North Dakota, you know.
That's the thing that worries me about this is that Democrats want him to pick Doug Burgum. That bothers me. So I think they would be more worried about her, you know?
Oh, totally. I don't
Tim freaking Scott, hello? He got a girlfriend for this.
A fiance.
Yeah, he got engaged.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was excited. What are we I'm Tim Scott, baby.
Tim Scott.
What's all this Haley talk when we got Scott, who's going to be polite and nice to President Trump? He's like Mike Pence without all the white.
Yes.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.